I can't see who's watching, but welcome. See, if you're watching, say hi. We'd love to know that you're watching. There's Stacy. So because these upload to Facebook, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Hey, Jennifer. And other people can just join in and watch as they join. So, hi. So there was a discussion that got started earlier in the group by Deb Booth, and it was about if she feels as though a Cricut would be a good investment, or the Silhouette. I don't have the Silhouette, so I can't speak on it, but I do have the Cricut. I've always had Cricuts from day one, and I love them. And hold on a second, I have to turn my own Facebook off because I'm watching myself. Okay, there we go, that's better. So anyways, so I have a Cricut, and I love my Cricut. I've had it since day one, like I said. So tonight I'm just going to do a real quick run through of how you can upload, hey Janet, how you can upload different fonts to Cricut Design Space, which is the program that Cricut uses, and also how I use it to enhance my own quilling. So like the cards I've been posting lately, like the love you, and what was the other one? Good luck. I used both of those. I used my Cricut to cut out the words. So, because Lord knows I can't draw to save my life. So I will go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn this around so everybody can see my screen. Okay, so I've got my Cricut here, 10 Dime Design. I even have the check yourself, not to be confused with check yourself, for my dial. And that is all cut on my Cricut using vinyl. And that this font here is a downloaded font off DaFont, which is DAFONT.com. Has hundreds and hundreds of free fonts that you can use. Some are licensed, some you have to pay for or donate to the creator of those fonts. But this is DaFont, and I'm just going to go ahead real quick and show how it's super easy. So I'm just going to go through here and pick one that I don't have. Let's see. Let's go to decorative, and there's this whole sub menu here of different types of fonts that you can select. So going to pick, let's do amethyst, because that looks kind of cool. And if you click on amethyst, you can't see it very well, but it has that geometric design behind each letter. And you can even scroll through and it'll show you what each letter is going to look like. So I'm just going to come over here to download. And it's going to download. And over here, another pop-up box. I'm just going to double click on this. And it again gives me the entire link of what's going to be downloaded. Gives me a description, like a, just a sample sentence of what each letter looks like. So we're just going to go to install. And install will be grayed out once it installs successfully, and it is. So we'll X out of this, we'll X out of that, and I'm done with DaFont, unless you wanted to go through and just download more, which you can. And so then I'm in Cricut Design Space, and Cricut Design Space is the program that Cricut machines use to design your programs. So tonight I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go over here to text, and it's going to give me a text box. And I'm just going to do, let's just do welcome home. Okay. do something wrong? No, okay, there we go. So I have welcome home. And then I'm just going to come up to my font box here. And I'm going to look for Amethyst, which is what I just, let's see. And I might have to log back out. Sometimes you have to log back out and log back in. So let me do that. Sign out. No. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, this should be real quick. Alright. Here we go. So I'm going to go to text and welcome home again. It is Jennifer. It's Design Space 3, which is still in beta, so it doesn't have all the features, but it has pretty much everything that will be introduced. So I'm going to go over to the font box again, and I should be able to go to System. And System is all of the fonts that you've downloaded. It's all the font that comes with like Microsoft Word, Excel, those kinds of things. So let me go through here. Might be down at the bottom. Well, I believe that was called Amethyst. And it's nice with Cricut Design Space 3 because it now gives you a description of what of what the text looks like. Whereas before it was real small and you couldn't see. It shows you what the letters and symbols are going to look like too. Okay, so, well, for some reason Amethyst didn't transfer over. Of course, I would pick one that didn't transfer over. I've never had that happen, by the way. So I'm just going to pick one that I know I have downloaded. And so we'll just do Autumn in November. So I click on it, and it'll automatically change Welcome Home to the Autumn in November text. Okay, have that there. And next what I do is, and this is in regards to my greeting cards that I've started doing that I quill on, I reduce the letter space so that so that I can connect them. And I'll try and get them as close as I can. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to, so I have the box selected, and I'm just going to go down here to the word weld. It's thinking. And it is now all attached. It's not individual letters, it's all attached. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to go over to the Make It button. It's going to take me over to my mat. Okay. And I don't know why it's, and this might just be a beta version thing, but I don't know why the mat is in black. Thank you, Mary. Hi, Mary. So I'm going to go to, I like where it's at on the mat. You can move it around on the mat at this point. This is called your preview mode. So this is where you can move things around on the mat, make more room. You can change the size of it. You can rotate it. So I'm going to go to continue. And then, oops. Okay, I'm going to open up my machine, just the open button on the side there. And it's already turned on. So I'm going to load my mat. I kind of hold in a little bit on the mat, and then I push the flashing arrow button. And watch what happens. It sucks it in. Okay. And so it's telling me on my screen, oh, that was my pug. Well, not my pug, but a pug. It tells me that my smart dial, which is the pressure and the speed that the needle moves at, is set to vinyl. Well, this is glitter cardstock, so I need to up that because the paper is thicker. So here's the dial, and I just rotate it. And I'll probably do cardstock plus, which is in between cardstock and fabric. And you can see here it changes to cardstock plus automatically. Okay. Setting number 2 is blacked out because it's already loaded. And then all I have to do is hit the flashing Cricut button. And it'll start. Hopefully this all goes well. I'm sure it will. I sprayed my mat with photo adhesive also before I put this glitter paper on, because my mats are not brand new. Glitter cardstock is much heavier. So just to make sure that the paper stays on. Thank you, Mary. It was kind of quick on the fly. Sorry, I tried to announce it as early as I could. So just wait a few more minutes. Well, not a few more minutes, but I might have to run that through again. Maybe. If you ever want to run your projects through again and make sure it doesn't cut new lines, then you don't unload your mat, because the next step now that it's done running would be to unload your mat and take your project off. But if you want to run it through again, make sure it cut all the way through, all you gotta do is hit the Cricut button again, which is the C. And it'll automatically start cutting again. Trying to get it to... There it goes. That's better. So Janet, I have had this machine since, let me think about it, since December of 2014. Got it for Christmas for like $100. It was a total steal. And I just replaced the blade the other day, but I didn't need to. I just did because I wanted to. You can also take a ball of tinfoil and yeah, Jennifer. So I had mine for 2, and I just replaced it, and I didn't feel like I needed to, but I just did. So yeah, you can even take a ball of aluminum foil and push the needle in and out real quick, and that'll also sharpen it. So, all right, so it's run through a second time. I'm going to hit the flashing unload button. It's going to come out, and then if all went well, which I hope it did, it should, yeah, I think this worked out nice. It takes a little bit of finagling. Well, girls, the glitter cardstock is a funny thing because it's so thick that it can sometimes be tough to cut. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put my phone down. I'm coming back. Don't worry, I'm coming back. Sorry. So the glitter cardstock, unfortunately, it's a total fail on my part. Not my Cricut by any means, but because I didn't have it on the right setting, it kind of got tore up from the floor up. Hi, Linda, if you're still watching. Are the papers? So, Mary Pat, you can use glitter cardstock. You can use traditional cardstock. You can use faux leather. You can use like real thin chipboard. It even will cut out thin sheets of metal even.
poster board, fabric. You know, people who are quilters will use their Cricut to cut out their fabric squares. I mean, that's like working smarter, not harder, if you ask me. You can do light cardstock. You can even do iron-on. I just did a project not long ago of some Harry Potter onesies for a girlfriend of mine at work, and it was all with glitter iron-on. So, and they turned out really nice. Okay, here we go. This one's going to be successful. All right. So here it is. And I'm just going to weed, and to weed means to take out, like, I would take out where this W loops around. Where this L would loop around. You know, that sort of thing. Where the O meets in the middle. Okay. And then I can take my spatula and I just lift it off. Just lightly lift it off because the mat is sticky. It's not too sticky. I wish it were stickier, but like I said, I use 3M photo adhesive spray for mine. So for my card, if I was doing a welcome home, which I want to do anyways, but not in this, I would just take this welcome home, welcome, and then I have home over here that's still on my mat. And I would just glue it to an envelope, which I can cut on my Cricut. And I can cut envelopes. You can cut tons of stuff on this thing, guys. And Cricut also has something called Cricut Access, which is kind of a subscription. It's a monthly thing. I pay $9.99 a month. You can also now pay $4.99 a month and not get quite as much, but still a large selection of stuff. And, you know, if you come over here to the images button, it'll load up, you know, all these images. You'll have almost all of the Cricut cartridges, which is what the images used to come on. You used to have physical cartridges for this thing, and you used to have to keep up with all your cartridges. So with the Cricut Explore machine or higher, you don't use cartridges anymore. You can, and you can upload them into your Cricut machine, and well, then you can sell them, which is what I did. But yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff. There's categories. There's even marketed or licensed items like Disney, Anna Griffin, if you're familiar with her, Leah Griffith, you know, all sorts of people. Sesame Street. Of course, you know, technically you can't sell the licensed part of it. But if you have a little, you know, Etsy business or whatever like I do, and by little, I mean like little in sales, like mine is. That's okay. I can sell, and this is per Cricut, anything that's not licensed, that's in Design Space, I can make, and I can sell up to $10,000 in a year without having to pay them any kind of royalty or any kind of fee. You know, up and over $10,000 you'd have to. But up to $10,000, like I could sell, you know, 10,000 of a card in a year, and I wouldn't have to, you know, give them anything for it. It's called their angel policy. And if you want more information on that, Cricut is great about contacting you. They have all these like 3D heads that you can create of animals. They're literally 3D that you put together. You cut out and you put together. I haven't made one of those yet. I would like to. Let's see, what other cartridges, now that I'm in here. You can make 3D bows, which look like, you know, your old Christmas bows at Christmas time, which is really cool. Chinese lanterns, there's 3D flowers, there's lanterns that you can do, ornaments, flowers out the wazoo. I mean, there's every single category you can imagine. How do you figure it all out? Mary, Pat, I'm still figuring it all out. But it's a lot of fun, and, you know, it enhances my quilling because, one, I also cut my quilling strips on this. And if you're getting into on edge when it comes to quilling, I would really encourage you to use cardstock strips first if you're not comfortable using the traditional quilling strips, which, as we all know, are really thin and can be really flimsy and just hard to maneuver. So I would really encourage you to use cardstock strips, which, if you have a Cricut, you can cut on your Cricut machine. Even if you got origami paper. I know somebody mentioned origami paper in the Facebook group tonight. I haven't used origami paper because I've heard it has a white core to it, but you can also cut that on your Cricut. You know, and like I said, I've cut out words on my Cricut to quill on and to do on-edge work on. I've also done, like here we go. Here's my love you. If I can get it to focus. So I cut out the love you just like I was going to do, there we go, just like I was going to do with the welcome home. And then I just did the on-edge work. You know, it creates a lip for you to push your, you know, quilling strip up against. And this, what I used is quilling strips, traditional quilling strips. So, do they have the paper frame printout? I'm not sure what you mean, Janet, by paper frame printout. Can you do print and cut? Is that what you mean? I hope you'll elaborate. You know, so when I first got into On Edge, like, this here is an autism ribbon that I did. I cut out the base of the ribbon, which you can't see because I've quilled over top of it, on my Cricut. I cut out the puzzle pieces on my Cricut, and the word autism, and I think I hand cut the strips because at the time I didn't even think about it. But so that's pretty much all my Cricut. Pattern that falls into a frame. So are you talking about just like a square, Janet? Like any shape of whatever your frame is? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding you. You know, it cuts all these shapes as well. Square, which you can manipulate too. So like, you know, I throw a square up on my station here, my workboard. And I'll zoom out so you can see. So I can make it, as big. Oh yeah, so Janet, I'm sorry, now I know what you're talking about. It also, you're looking for score lines is what you're looking for. And it does score as well. Here's the scoring tool. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's also a part A to this machine. And that's where your scoring tool goes in. And it will score before it cuts so that you have those lines. You also put pins in there so that you can write. It's endless. So I don't really know what I'd do. You know, if I wanted the welcome home to be written, I would just, click over here on this scissors over here on the main menu, and I would go to write. And that's what would happen. You get an outline. So if you had an envelope, or if you had a piece of cardstock that you wanted to write something on and quill over top of that, you could. You could do that. You would just change the setting from cut to write. And then this is what it would look like if you selected score. It'd almost black out a little bit. So I hope that's what you're talking about, Janet, or hope that's what you're wondering. And Deb, I don't know if you ever tuned in. I hope, there was a lot going on with that thread. I hope that what I did here tonight kind of helped a little bit determine if the Cricut is good for you. Like I said, I don't know anything about the silhouette, so I can't say anything. But like I said in the thread, it's like comparing yourself to a Microsoft versus Apple kind of person. For a lot of the times, you're one or the other. You're not both. A lot of the times. And I love my Cricut. So, You know, and they have a whole line of pens that they use. You know, it's kind of an obsession. Oh, good, Janet. I'm glad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jennifer, a 3D frame, but I don't know if that's possible. I'm sure it is. I can't think of what else I've done. So, let me see. Cancel. Let's see. Let's go to the home page here. Oh, I know something else that was talked about in that thread was SVGs. Sam, Victor, Gloria, SVGs. It was talked about if you could upload images from the internet into Design Space or into whatever program Silhouette uses. And, you know, like I said, I don't have a Silhouette, but I know that you can with the Cricut because I did it this weekend. So I'll upload one of my projects that I did. So, like I said, I did the Harry Potter. I did some onesies for a friend of mine. Now, I know I said you can't sell licensed items, but I gifted these to her. I didn't sell these to her. And you can't tell that there's any kind of Harry Potter reference unless you know all about Harry Potter. But, so I found this deer on Google Images, and it was all blacked out. It didn't have the heart. But I uploaded it into my Cricut Design Space, and then I just opened it up on my work mat here. I had put a heart, an actual heart over here. I selected it all, and then I hit the word slice, and it basically took a slice out of the deer. But the reference is there if anybody knows anything about, hey Carol, if anything knows anything about Harry Potter. Stacy does have the Silhouette. I think she did something on her Silhouette not long ago for the group. So yeah, you can upload SVGs, and I can even show you my upload section. So I have like Harry Potter glasses, I have sheet music on here that I uploaded, UK, Auburn, so I have, what else do I have? Like I have this image even. You know, I have a pug face. I have Frankie Stein, which I did for a girlfriend of mine at work as a gift. I quilled her. Flamingo. You know, I just have all kinds of stuff that I have uploaded off the internet. So, yeah. So, yes, you can upload images from the internet onto your Cricut. It's super easy. Let me see what else I've got I can show you. Yeah, so here is, this was my good luck card that I made. And I mean, it was super easy. I just found a card. I searched card under images. You know, uploaded this card, made it as big as I wanted, and then did, you know, good luck and whatever I wanted it to do. Where's the Alabama one? Carol, I did that Auburn one for one of the doctors I work for because he went to Auburn, so I won't tell him you asked about that. Oh, you girls are funny. You know, I did the 2 different colors on the card and the sentiment because I wanted them to be cut separately. You know, if you're wanting to write out the word, you know, if you want the Cricut to write out the word good luck, you can. And then you can attach the whole project together so it does it all at once. I just wish I could go over everything because there's just so much to it. And I'm sure there's a ton to the Silhouette as well. So, we got some Alabama fans. I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any questions anybody kind of had. I'm not a fan of anybody, except for you all, because you all are, you know, great, but whatever. So, I mean, I'm just kind of scrolling. These are all the images that, you know, and it would take me all night to scroll through all the images that are in Cricut. So I hope Deb will take the time to watch this, because I kind of did it for her because she started that thread, which was great. It was a great discussion, and I'm sure it's still going to be going on off and on. They do have 3D boxes and envelopes with score. So I want to find the 3D box or the 3D envelope, Jennifer, because that's the struggle I've had using my Cricut is, you know, when you search for envelope, what envelope is it? And when you have an image, you know, it'll tell you, you know, that you're subscribed to it, which means it's free to you. It even tells you what label or what cartridge it comes from, so I could click on Lacy Labels and it'll automatically take me to the entire cartridge of Lacy Labels. The entire cartridge, which is great. And that's always been that way, so. And I will say, for this program here on Cricut Design Space and everything I've shown you tonight, to use it as I've used it, you have to have a Cricut Explorer, which is the name of the machine, Cricut Explorer, or newer, which is like the Cricut Explorer Air. There's the Air 2. They come in all kinds of colors and all that fun stuff. So, let's see. I need a Cricut next. Yes, Carol. Everybody needs a Cricut. Can you sort by files, types, categories, so you wouldn't have to scroll so much? So, Janet, no, you're fine. Oh, dang it, I dropped my mouse. Hold on. Quill her down. Okay. So, what you can do is you can come over into categories. So if you have, like, you know, all animals, achievement, anniversary, you know, arts and entertainment, Christmas, birthday, if you want to do some cards, Easter, family and people, like they have all the major holidays for you kind of pre-selected already with all the images. And then of course I showed you the brands earlier. But in this box up here, let me click on images again. There's a search box here, and say I just type in bear. You know, say you want to do a bear. It's going to come up with bear and everything kind of related that might be close. So you're going to have all these images. And it's going to tell you if you're subscribed to it through the Cricut Access, if you've purchased, which means you've uploaded a cartridge to your machine, or if it's going to charge you, so like 99 cents, which means it's probably coming from a cartridge that is licensed, such as Anna Griffin or, you know, Leah Griffith or, you know, Sesame Street, those guys. But there's all kinds of stuff. There's word bear, really pretty polar bear. So they have like all the major holidays and all the major events categorized. But then, you know, you can also search for anything. So here's everything to have to do with hearts. And there's, you can see, 2,276 results for hearts. Now, they might not all be traditional hearts like you might be looking for, you know, like that. You know, they've got stuff like that, or the scroll kind of stuff. Tags, you know, you can make gift tags. I've made my Christmas gift tags out of these, out of my Cricut. So, yeah. Anything else? Anybody? I'm glad you all could tune in. I'm sorry it was off the fly like that. Oh, and I will say, I don't know if everybody saw it. I wish there were more people on, but that's okay. This Saturday, Shelly from our group is going to be doing the Saturday movie night, and she's going to be doing her quilled roses, which are amazing. I tried doing them at the North American Quilling Guild conference last year and bombed horribly, but that's okay. We all have improvements to make in life, don't we? And so she's going to be doing a video. I don't believe she'll be doing it live. And I'm not sure when she'll be uploading it. She's kind of got, like, you know, a family get-together that day. So, you know, and if she doesn't get it on Saturday night, that's fine. Be expecting it, hopefully on Sunday. So, and I've already talked to some other people, too, about doing videos that are excited. So, and if anybody out there has any ideas or wants to do a movie night, don't feel as though you can't, because you can. Reach out to your admin, which is Stacy, and then reach out to your moderators, which is me, Carla, Jennifer, and Zara. And, you know, we'll pass that along to everybody that are admins and moderators, and we'll get you set up. Yeah, Janet, mine were a hot mess, and I'll have to ask her, but she actually she made all the flowers for her wedding, and she quilled, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember. I will ask her, but she made all these little gift tag type things, and they all had 3 or 4 of her hand quilled roses, hand folded roses. I want to say she did like 300 to 500, maybe more by hand. So, yeah. She said she'll never do it again. I don't blame her. But she's great. You all really like her. I love her to death. I've known her, you know, gosh, for almost a year now. So, I really like her. And then hopefully Lori will be doing one soon. I know Jamie Roberts would like to do one soon. So, there's lots of cool stuff coming through the pipeline. And if you haven't, also check out our website that we created for you all. And it is for the members at contemporaryquilling.org. You can sign up for free. And there's all kinds of cool stuff. Be sure to check out Miriam. She's our member spotlight for the month. Don't forget to vote for the Facebook group, the little challenge that's going on that Zara posted the other day. So I hope y'all will get involved, and you are often. Janet, I am not going this year. It's in Tampa, Tampa, Florida, which I would love to go. I'm going to turn this around so I can talk to you all. It's in Tampa, Florida, and so my parents are down there, which would have been, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But, you know, work just kind of got in the way. And one of my coworkers, her son is getting ready to graduate from homeschool, and their graduation is down there in Florida. So she's going to be going the same time. So I couldn't leave. But that's okay. There's always next year, and, you know, who knows what Contemporary Quilling's going to come up with themselves. So, anybody else? Anything? Anything else I can show you? Do you need to talk about how your day's going? It is hump day. We're almost there, girls. We're almost there. Ooh, Janet. That sounds exciting, Alaska. My parents went to Alaska for their 30th wedding anniversary. That was 5 years ago. But they loved it. That was their first cruise. Yeah, and it's something they said they'd probably definitely do again. Jury duty. I don't feel sorry for you, Jennifer. Well, I do feel sorry for you, but I'm not jealous of you. So hopefully that'll work itself out. I've never been called for jury. Oh no, I take that back. Yeah, I was called for jury duty once, but it was a boyfriend of mine, his mother. So yeah. Well, it was an ex at the time. So yeah. Oh, what else does everybody have going on? This was my first. Yeah. Oh gosh. So, anyways, I hope you all have taken something from this. I love my Cricut. I could do probably 3 or 4 more of these live things just about my Cricut. So, it's just a ton of stuff. And if you don't have one, check out Cricut.com, and you can create a free account,
And if you use the discount code Melody Lane, her name's Melody Lane, you can save like 15% in free shipping, I think, on all the supplies. So cardstock, vinyl, pens, tools, I mean, just everything. Audrey. Yeah, I think prom's here in Louisville. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I think they're just about wrapping up, so yeah. Oh, Jennifer, didn't you have prom? You've had a couple proms, haven't you? Your daughter looked beautiful. So yeah, visit Cricut.com. They have all the machines there that Cricut offers. It'll go through what each one does separately. There's some that are wireless, that have Wi-Fi built into them. I have the Explorer, which is fine for me. There is also the new Cricut Air 2, which is the same as the Explorer. It just cuts twice as fast. She did, Jennifer. She looked beautiful. So. Anything else, anybody? And of course, Walmart sells the Explorer. I believe some sell the Explorer Air as well. Carol, my daughter has. Does she like it, Carol? Yeah, Jennifer. I wouldn't mind the Explorer Air, but there's just something nice about being hardwired into my machine. I haven't tried any of the other machines that are newer, so like I said, my Explorer is perfect for me. So, because I don't do a whole lot of card making or scrapbook. If you're a scrapbooker, the Cricut's for you. Loves it. Well, that's good. Do you ever get to use it, Carol? Like I said, when it comes to Cricut shirts, yes, I kind of got hooked when I did those onesies the other night with the iron-on. So, birthdays, our prom is, yeah, that is getting close. Here in Louisville, we have the Derby, Kentucky Derby. It is, you know, the only place probably in the world where we party for 2 weeks for a 2-minute race. Don't get me started. So yeah. Amazon, Zulily, I think. Oh, really? Zulily. Interesting. I've never ventured into Zulily much. I thought they just did close, but that's good. So Amazon, Zulily, Cricut.com. Check out Walmart. Probably, maybe Overstock, but they're probably pretty expensive. eBay would be another one. All right, Sandra, thanks for tuning in. And if you didn't catch it all, you can watch it after it's done. Tired. Okay, yeah. I'm sure during the summer she gets a lot done. I would love to venture into shirts. I've done mugs. I've done, you know, the onesies the other day, which is the first time doing the iron-on vinyl. Yeah. So, I've pretty much done it all on this thing, I think. She's a teacher. God bless her. I went to college for elementary education, and when it came time for me to have, you know, classroom experience, I became a substitute and quickly realized I didn't want to be a teacher. I was getting tired of being called every name in the book by an 8-year-old, so yeah, fun times. Alright, ladies, well, I'm glad you all could tune in, and looks like we're kind of falling off a little bit, so I'll go ahead and cut this loose, and if you have any other questions, this will be uploaded to the group, and Deb Booth, I hope you check it out, and, oh, a heat press. I see a lot of those heat presses. Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. There's a really great Facebook group called Cricut Design with Melody Lane. Same lady I gave you the discount code for Cricut.com, and there's a lot of people who do the heat press stuff in there, so that's a great Facebook group to check out if she hasn't already. Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane. Alright, well, if anybody has any other questions or suggestions, or you want me to go over something, just shout at me on the message thread for this video, and I can do it again. And then maybe somebody in the group who has a silhouette might want to do the same thing like I did tonight. Alright, ladies, well, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.